Awakenings, part of the Rise Radio Network where advice meets action.
We're here to spark your growth, lift your spirit, and help you crush your potential.
Rise awakening, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken.
Rise Awakenings, let's rise together.
Of light, let it begin. The night dissolves, the day will spin. Rise awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise awakenings, now is the echoes bloom, they bend and glide. A signal surging deep inside. From shadows grip, we rise and ride. Tune the whispers, find your way. Tomorrow starts with sound today. Rise awakenings, hear the call. Through the static, we break the wall. Your station, your voice where dreams awaken and climb. Rise awakenings, now is the It's Brindlewolf and so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talk, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talk with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talk, so tune in if you can.
Under the bed, where all can forget, a lost broken toy in search of our set. Alone in our travels, lost in the ether. I hope that one day we'll be found by a seeker. And while I was searching for things in need mending, I crossed with another, and my mind stopped spinning. For I saw in her eyes a soul losing hope. I felt my own heart as for her it now broke. Caught in a rush, we ignored all the smoke, believing the beautiful lies that we spoke. Those that are kind, their hearts open wide, blind to the danger of wolves matching stride. The naive are doomed as victims of noise. So goes the tale of the two broken toys. The two of us met. She saw my tears. I read her desire to comfort my fears. But memories came passing by my eyes of so many others who told the same lies. Turning away was my natural reaction, protecting myself from this natural attraction. But as I returned to the search for my parts, gasped when she found the lost piece of my heart. Caught in a rush, we ignored all the smoke, believing the beautiful lies that we spoke, not seeing the danger that grew out so wide. As companions we loved, changed to wolves matching stride. How naive we were, the victims of noise, just like our tale of the two broken toys. An innocent start of love and devotion, but we couldn't fix what was previously broken. No harder we clung to the other from fear, not seeing the signs that disaster drew near. The love that we had was starting to sour as we hurt one another with each passing hour. Eventually our eyes to the truth were forced open. The tears that we shed were the only things spoken. The battle was lost by both sides, not a one. Realizing our time spent together was done. Caught in a rush, we ignored all the smoke, believing the beautiful lies that we spoke. The way back was bitter, forever apart. For the wolf that had hunger deep inside at the start, had shown us our hands, masterminds of the floor. A final satin for the two broken toys.
That
Hello.
was hello, everyone.
Wow, that was amazing, MJ.
Michael J. with an original that he wrote and sang called Two Broken Toys, and it is the theme for this week's
Tonight.
Phoenix Talks.
Yes.
Welcome,
Wow.
everyone. Welcome in. I am Micah Brindlewolf, Grant, and my lovely co-host, Rev D. Oh, shoot. Where did my notes go? There it goes. All right. Well, so I
This
asked
is
Michael
perfect.
to send me what the song meant and where he basically wants us to take the topic for tonight. So, what he sent me was the inspiration for Two Broken Toys came from a friend's request for marriage advice and the writer's reflection, Michael, on their own failed marriage. The core idea is that intense devotion can blind a person to the damage they are inflicting. Two people can be toxic for each other, even if they still love one another.
Mhm.
The song explores how unhealed partners often attempt and fail to heal each other. True love sometimes means letting go to prevent further pain. This choice, while difficult, aligns with the theme that everyone is a villain in someone else's story. A choice for the perceived greater good, as seen in the biblical examples of Moses and Goliath. The final chorus delivers the song's true meaning, revealing the couple's self-deception and the inevitable sad end for two broken toys.
Okay, I know I asked you to spearhead this one and start it off, but if I can take that back and maybe cling on to something.
I'm sorry, but hashtag Papa New.
You know when you know. So what clings to me the most is people often try to heal each other. And I want to pause right there and take the word heal out, because that's what you think you're doing, and put the word fix in, because that's what we're
Yes.
actually trying to do. We
Yes.
project our own fantasy idea of what you're supposed to be in our relationship with you. We get to decide, and that's how we become toxic for each other.
Uh-huh.
We can't heal each other. We have to heal ourselves, but we have to stop also trying to fix each other.
It's one of those times where I wish that we had like video of the audience, because I would ask everybody to raise their hands, and whether it's a marriage or friendship, who's experienced this?
Me.
Yes.
Okay, let's just pause there. Every single individual that I've dated, I have had to share my wisdom with. And in sharing that wisdom at different stages of my own personal development, I can see exactly how I was trying to fix other people who didn't know that they were broken or believe that they were broken or needed fixing. And I'm using those words specifically because none of those words are true. They were
Right.
just on their own healing journey, and we were completely on different trains. And attraction doesn't mean love. Attraction doesn't mean compatibility. Attraction doesn't mean that it's sustainable beyond the initial human chemicals that get
Right.
blasted out into the body. So the reality of that marriage is so true for so many different couples and relationship dynamics, where the core of the fight, if you will, is I'm going to try to help you be a better person by telling you who you're supposed to be, instead of making space for that partner and watching them grow into and evolve into whoever they're supposed to become.
Yep.
And where it's rooted in love and not the ego. Unless you heal your own heart and get out of your own ego, you're going to see your partner as someone that you're in competition with and trying to fix. That's toxic as fuck, no matter how much love there is. What about emotionally unavailable? How many of us are emotionally unavailable in our own partners? We're so in love, right? We're so in love. But we cannot open our hearts to receiving the love that we're being given, and we're viewing it from the eyes of our trauma.
I think I'm just going to let her do all of the talking, and I'm just going to make faces the whole show. I'm just going to be the visual representation of everything that she's talking about, because, oh, God. And that's not a dig. It's just...
No, I know. But this is what's coming up for me. As you were reading the statement, and I could hear it in my ears instead of reading it myself, it resonated differently. I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
This is where we have issues.
I mean, in one relationship, I have somebody telling me, no, that's not how you feel when I'm expressing how I feel. And I'm just, what? And it was done often enough that I started believing that what I was feeling wasn't what I was feeling, that I needed somebody else to tell me how I was feeling. And
Right.
I had another broken toy telling this broken toy what was really wrong. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah. So people can only meet you to the level of depth to which they've met themselves. So if you don't do your self healing and self awareness and self love work, your capacity to hold space for someone else is more surface level. The deeper you are, the deeper you hold space for others. The problem with that also is that the more you kind of don't connect with a bunch of people because you recognize that they can't meet you where you're at. So there's a double-edged sword there, but at the same time you're more aligned and more authentic with yourself, and you're not going to bleed all over people who didn't cut you, aka in a relationship, because relationships bring out every single one of your childhood traumas.
So,
Guaranteed.
so, so I guess this would be equivalent to the true green of relationship. Be like lawn fertilizer and weed killer, because not much is going to get through if you know yourself
Yeah.
and don't consider yourself broken.
Right. 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 Let's talk
Because
about what a healthy.
because the real news is that you're not broken. It's
Yeah.
just easier to say than I don't know what I need to do.
Yes. Let's talk about the healthy ways of being. Let's talk about what is healthy in a relationship. And it's funny, like, well, what makes us qualified to talk about what's a healthy relationship? And neither of us are in relationships. Well, that's because we honor ourselves, and there hasn't been a person who's properly aligned with our values and
Exactly.
beliefs.
I've
And
I've swapped DNA with enough people that screwed me up and I screwed them up. I'm not doing that again until I
right.
know.
Right. Our hearts are not closed. Our hearts are open to trying. But, when people reveal themselves, we're not forcing ourselves and the situation to stay. We're saying, this isn't aligned. Let's walk away.
Yeah.
That's so the qualification is the fact that we understand what's healthy and not healthy, and we can see when it's time to walk away. So I think the broken toys, the view of how we see ourselves within that relationship dynamic usually starts out codependently and trauma bonded, because what happens, we all feel that like oxytocin hit and that attraction, and our body chemistry takes over and completely blinds us. Oxytocin is like memory, or not memory, but executive function and frontal lobe wipe, like just like like the cartoons where the woof is like, auga. But everything gets erased, all logic, all reality gets erased. This is what happens chemically in your body that affects your entire person. So this is why I say stuff like you're more powerful than your body chemistry, because you need to understand what's happening to you on a physiological level when you connect with somebody. That very, very often gets confused for love. Attraction and chemistry don't equal love. It means, there's a reason why there's a pull towards this person. What am I supposed to learn? So let's start there, because the unhealthy part is we try to force it because we feel that chemistry.
Yeah.
What happens when there's no genuine emotional connection and mental connection to sustain that body chemistry? That's where we fail and fix and try to heal, and and it's not working, because now we're competing with what we believe you should be in the marriage or relationship instead of who you actually are. We
Yeah.
refuse to see that because of body chemistry. So
Now,
that's
now
how
I'm
we
going
get.
to phrase this very, very carefully because we have a lot of dirty minds, okay? You have to make sure that you have your heart on. And that heart is not another word. when it
But now
comes
that you
to
said that,
attraction.
yes.
Otherwise, is it going to be sustainable? Is it going to be something that moves forward?
Hmm.
Now, I'm not poo-pooing anybody. Now, let me grab the poop cup because I'm going to talk some shit right now. All right. So, there are people who the physical attraction, the oxytocin, the endorphins, all the happies, they get together and then they stay together and everything works out.
Yeah.
Well, that's about as often as billionaires, okay?
Yes.
We're talking
So
about everyone else.
could we bring up Michael's comment? When I look back, I realized I married my mother twice and didn't realize it at that time. And
Oh, there
talking
it is. I'm sorry. I was trying to
medical
keep track
contract.
of his small novellas. I almost invited him onto the show for this very reason. Um, I kind of wish I had.
Let's talk about the Oedipus syndrome and mommy and daddy issues in our marriages, because, like I said, this brings up our childhood traumas. So our marriage or our relationship is our inner circle, is the person who's in our space 24/7. Who else was like that? Our family, right? What were we trying to do throughout childhood? Be palatable, be likable, be lovable, be cared for, be accepted for who we are. And we weren't ever enough. They both literally told me that we were dating instead of asking, and told me we were getting engaged. So Michael, you might have had a controlling mother, an overbearing, overreaching mother, I'm going to say. And so maybe that was you trying to satisfy and appease someone that it can't be satisfied and appeased. That sounds like they're very controlling. Usually controlling folks can't be satisfied.
Nope.
There's always some kind of limitation there. So, when we recognize who our parent is, we can see them in our partner. And we can decide how we approach that partner with those qualities. And that's a healthier way of doing it. So let's talk about what that looks like. Okay. When you notice some behavioral traits in your partner that remind you of your parents, we don't go and say, "You're acting like my mother, you're acting like my father." That's a big no-no. We're not going to do that with our
And this is how the fight started.
We're not going to start there. What we're going to do instead is pinpoint what that's doing to you and what would be more effective and efficient way of communicating, and approaching it with consideration for where they're coming from. So we have to, on the Bloom, I talked about reflection, reevaluation, and redirection. That's also in relationships. We need to reflect on what their experience might be and what might have created their behaviors, how their behaviors are affecting us directly, and how to share how we're being affected directly by their behaviors in a respectful, truth, relevant, kindness, and respectful. I'm going to add the fourth one. That's where we have to start. And never in attack mode, always in that space of, "Hey, something's not sitting right with me. Let's talk about it and try to see if we can't figure out and let some of this breathe." Now, if you don't have a partner that's open to any of that, you have to understand you may not be aligned, and you cannot force a wall to contact you and communicate you and bounce ideas off of you if the wall is just not there.
As a reader, as an intuitive, when somebody comes in to my space and asks me, are they in love with me? Do they love me? If you have to ask, there is already a question within you. Save your time, save your money. We'll take it gladly. But when it comes to situations where you're having struggles just on the level of, I don't know if they love me. something ain't right.
Thank you for saying that. Because we're not following our intuition, we're forcing things because you've already invested so much time and energy and you want so badly for what your vision was to be the truth that you try to put stuff in boxes. This is how we get trapped in abusive relationships too. Okay? Because at first they present themselves as the perfect package, right? So it gets a little confusing. So we need some time to go by and we need to see, okay, so behavior is a language. You were saying that what you were just saying at the beginning there. Behavior is a language. Pay attention to behavior. Behavior is the truth. Their choices are the truth. Words might be what they're telling themselves, and that's the self lie. That's the not being honest with themselves, right? We lie to ourselves. If we lie to ourselves, we cannot be honest with our partners. We believe we're the greatest thing since sliced bread. We're not being honest with how we affect others.
Right.
Right, Michael? Would
And
you
when,
say?
and when you don't respect somebody else's request because they are in a triggered state and they know that they are not, that what is about to come out of their mouths or their actions are not going to be in alignment with what they actually want to say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it may be what they've been holding back, but you don't want it in that way.
Right.
If you want a conversation, allow
Mm-hmm.
space.
Right. Right. We need to allow space for everything to grow, whether it's, and in marriage and relationships, there should be a baseline of friendship. Like if you don't like them as a person, why are you married to them?
Exactly. And
If
and
you
I want to bring
can't
this
tell them
up on this.
anything, why are you there with them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And I really like this comment. I want to bring this on the screen from Heather. You also have to be sure that you're not viewing their behavior through your lens of love language, though. It can
yes.
make you think they don't care when they're showing it through a different way.
Right. Right. And you have to love people based on their love language, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
That was a thank you, Hathery. That's absolutely 100% accurate. And that love, I mean, and people ask, what's your love language? Everything, like all of it. So know yourself enough to know what your needs are. Because I say love, like the trendy term is love language. I say needs. What are your basic human needs for affection, for attention, for stimulation emotionally and mentally, for presence, for connection? What are your specific needs? And those kinds of things need to be communicated ahead of time. And that's, you develop a friendship. Friendships meet all of those needs. The romance piece of it can grow from having your needs met, not from the oxytocin hits we're flooded with in initial
Right.
attraction.
Right.
Okay, hopefully that.
For instance, I won't say which relationship just so that they don't, if they come across this, they don't feel called out directly. But one of my relationships, there was an issue. I am not a very complimentary person. I don't offer them easily. They don't come naturally. Most compliments I feel uncomfortable giving. It's new to me. It's not part of my love language to dole them out at random. This partner needed that, and I could not provide it, even after being asked, because it's not part of my love language. It's something that I've had to work on and attain and acquire and feel comfortable with. So when it comes to people, not your partners, not having the same love language as you, well, guess what? They're another human being with different experiences prior to you. What are they doing? What do you feel in what they do? Are you making it too much about what you need, ignoring the little bitty signs of what they are actually showing you and how they love you?
Yeah.
If it's All toxic? All right, different conversation.
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like whatever conversation we're trying to have today, it obviously abuse is a whole different category.
Absolutely.
So this isn't really on the abusive category because healthy dynamics do exist, but we try to force dynamics that don't exist
Right.
and into a reality that we're creating in our mind. And that's where we go south and then feel sometimes that a nice person or a good person turns abusive because they're just trying, their unheard, unmet needs are trying to be vocalized
Right.
in their very unhealthy, unhealed way. And so you can, it's everything's a spectrum. I know we talk about that all the time. Is it the intentional abusive one, or is it the, okay, I'm not healed yet, I'm ignorant and bringing all my unhealed trauma into this relationship dynamic? I'm trying to be a good, be acceptable to the parental figure in my marriage, trying to prove myself to my partner in my marriage or a relationship or whatever. I'm trying to force my needs as their needs,
Right.
you know, that kind of thing. So, how are we showing up for our partner? And the healthy way to show up is as yourself fully and completely, unconditionally showing up to yourself, for yourself within that marriage, and holding space for the other person to show up fully and completely at themselves, and then seeing if there's an alignment there.
Right. And Heather went on to say, I'm a words of affirmation person, but hubby is acts of
Acts of
service person.
service.
I have to remember that when he does those acts of service, he's showing me in his way how much I matter. Doesn't mean he doesn't need to learn how to show me in the way that I need, but I also need to recognize what he's offering.
Yes, yes, and yes. And thank you, Hathery, because yes and yes. If you didn't finish that last sentence, I was going to add that. Like they also need to learn your love language and what your needs are. And as far as words of affirmation goes, that's. Let me talk about conditioning, societal conditioning, programming, trauma, and how it affects our ability to receive words of affirmation. As a human being, we need to feel loved, and it happens in many, many ways. And one of them is to receive validation, to receive confirmation, to receive how we're viewed by someone else's eyes that we care about and that we love, right? We want to be seen as acceptable and lovable, right? Sometimes that comes out in words. So when somebody's looking for words of affirmations, and I'm sort of calling you out, Mike, a little bit from the past experience that you had that you've grown from, but I want to help people understand how you grew from it. Because you had to become comfortable with receiving affirmation in order to be open to giving them more freely. And that's a work in progress for a lot of people, because it's hard to receive when it wasn't given without consequence. You know, Marie wants to be a part of this too. That's
Oh, we could tell.
I know.
And part of the problem of my not being able to offer compliments to people easily
Okay. All right.
is a result of having to seek for compliments
Yeah.
growing up.
There she is.
Now, taking everything that we've talked about so far as background context, because I want to honor everybody's time, let's look at what he really wanted us to talk about. This is more about settling when you know you aren't compatible, but you just don't want to or know how to be alone.
Yeah. So that's that us trying to force and fix and project our judgments and expectations into a situation that's unrealistic. And that's why, because we have this need to be with somebody, we have this need to be accepted, we have this need to feel like we're belonging to someone or something, and all of those things that we never got enough of as we were growing up, right? Our relationships really are a reflection of what needs were not met as a child. And and us trying to fill those voids through individuals that happen to be versions of our parents, and you know what I mean, like, or whatever situation. So really, we need to stop forcing stuff that isn't aligned, no matter how much body chemistry is involved and attraction is involved. It's not
Right.
sustainable. It's not sustainable. And I think that's the important piece. We spend years trying to force things.
Should I
Should I?
compromise and not have such high expectations? Probably, but if I want a relationship that will last and I can be happy in, I need to find someone who's more in line with me than settling with someone because they're there.
So let's not confuse high expectations with your standards.
That part.
You can have high standards. You get to decide what aligns with you. Okay? If someone believes that that's high expectations of them, they're not for you.
Nope.
Don't force it. Hard decisions have to be made. You have to be more powerful than your body chemistry. And you have to not force something that isn't going to happen.
Yes, Hathery. Yes, Hathery. Yes, Hathery.
Yes.
Libidos and attraction fades. Friendship
Right.
doesn't. Seek the latter first. All the
Right.
yes.
Right. 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 The attraction does not equal compatibility. And honestly, this is a systemic problem, because if you think about it, we're forced in. Let's talk about dating first of all. Let me just throw some, like, wrenches in people's gears.
Us. Us.
Let's talk about the concept of dating and how it's presented to us in society, culture, and religion. So it's almost like, first of all, historically speaking, it was a business arrangement to get rid of the female in the group and produce more offspring that could carry on legends. So we're like, in the patriarchal misogynistic system as it's set up, it was to buy and sell women. And that's, the women are the free labor, and to be exploited. And that's kind of the premise of it. And if you notice in history, there was courting, there was dowries. It's a business transaction. So let's remember where the concept comes from. Now it's a totally different story, because now it's just casual hookups left and right. And you're putting out all this energy into individuals who are not going to be aligned with you, because it's all about body chemistry instead of business arrangement. So
Did you catch that? Was that subtle enough?
the whole idea of dating is, let's get your body chemistry involved with someone and put you into a circumstance with a stranger that you're not even sure you like as a person, so that you're trapped in another cycle of lower vibrational energy and stuckness, instead of thriving and aligning with yourself in healthier dynamics by putting the brakes on. Okay, I acknowledge this attraction, but I'm going to put the brakes on it because I need to see where it goes. I need to see who you are first. And another thing that we do is we tell people who we want them to be for us. Stop doing that. I'm not saying you don't talk about yourself and share your perspective. Stop giving people the blueprint on how to date and what you want, because they're going to mold themselves into that person and they're not being honest with themselves. Let them show you who they are. Just watch and observe. And whatever they say or whatever they believe in, okay. Don't argue with them. Learn them. There's a lot of reading to do in the chat here. I don't know if I can keep up.
That was the problem I really ran into. I got no attention from either of my parents. So when I dated, I wanted everything I had never gotten in my life from them, to the point my happiness hung on how much I heard from them every day, if not every hour. And that's a lot for someone to take on. It took me years to realize that. Now that I have, I'm working giving that to myself, so I don't hang so much of my own mental health on one person and molding my whole life about them. Breathe, Michael.
Yeah. So
Breathe.
many of us come into relationships with neglect and abandonment wounds and betrayal wounds because
Yes.
we grew up in environments that did all of those things, all of the above. And the level of validation that we project as a need from our partner ends up sucking the life out of them too. So we need to validate ourselves and love ourselves to the point where we're not projecting our own pain onto someone else for them to fix in us. We're inviting the fixing. That's not helpful. We don't want to be fixed. We want to be heard. We want to be validated. We want to be accepted. That's different than having somebody fill voids for you that you didn't receive as a child. We need to reparent our inner, we talk about this, reparenting the inner child so that we give ourselves that love and that validation that we didn't get. So we're not forcing that onto that responsibility for our happiness onto our partner.
Living in periphery. Can you do it? Can you live in periphery? What do I mean? Most of our days we are spent here. And we don't pay attention to what's on beyond the hands. We just focus here. And we focus on what we see, we focus on what we hear, and we organize it based on the stimuli that we have in the programming that we have in our subconscious, and it just grabs little bitty parts that it's used to grabbing and puts it together. Oh, there's a thought. All right. But when you are extending beyond and you are seeing the whole picture, you're seeing to the sides of you. You ever been in a small kitchen with two people and not bump into each other because you're both in periphery? That's when you're watching each other. That's when you're paying attention to what's going on. That is when you are open. So in those moments when that periphery isn't there, honey, are you okay? Just as a one example.
Yeah, that's a great example. Because at the end of the day, we need to see everyone from the greatest degree of love and from that heart-centered space of understanding and compassion. That's what helps us stay in sync with each other. But it takes two people to be doing that simultaneously. You got to be on the same page. Otherwise, it's not going to happen that way and it turns toxic. The imbalance is what creates the toxicity.
Right.
First and foremost within yourself, and then that gets projected into the relationship. Yeah, and if one of you is healthier than the other, that ain't going to last and that ain't going to work. You're just going to make the other one more insecure with your healthiness.
And if you hold too literally to any metaphor I ever provide, you're going to get lost. Because that's not just what I'm pointing to, ever. Being able to see yourself as you are through the eyes of the person you're with, through their actions, through their words, without it being forced, without feeling like it's an obligation to stay because of finances, tradition, any other reason here. But being able to recognize, hey, this is my person. We're going to go through some shit. Can I be there for them the way that I expect them to be there for me?
That part right there. Right.
Are they going to be there for me the way that they expect?
Right. That answer is within how do you show up for yourself? Are you showing them how to treat you? Are you accepting less than you deserve? Are you tolerating things you don't want to? How are you showing up for yourself? And again, none of this has to be mean or loud or big. It could just be very like matter of fact and from a heart-centered space of learning. And Yes, Marie. Yes. She's
Did somebody have a gummy? Uh,
no.
special special treats for Marie.
She wants to be on the couch now, I think.
Ah,
You want to be on the couch, Mama? I'm not as comfortable as the couch, in all fairness to her. I understand.
neither am I. And I'm too far away.
Oh,
Together forever.
right. And
Together and last.
that's the other thing too, to together forever. Like we get all these romantic notions and ideas, and it's reinforced in movies and society and culture of what things are supposed to
Disney.
be like and be and do. Even Disney's messed up. Listen, that's a little off too. Like, why do women have to be saved all the time? Okay, that's not, like it's a little, we ain't gotta be saved. We need you to show up different, you know. Gosh, and you
That was so poignant. You kicked me right off the string.
I know. I was gonna say, like, where'd you go?
There was so much energetic to that it was like, nope, he's out of here.
So, for me, the best relationships are those where the two people involved in it decide what it looks like. And decide on whatever they.
Oh dear, which one of us is froze? I don't know. I don't know, but I think that we're being nudged.
I'm going to repeat that last part again. Oh, Diana's frozen. Thank you. Okay, so let me repeat that last part then. The relationships that I see work the best. Am I still frozen?
No, you're fine now.
Okay.
They're 30 seconds away.
Thank you. Are the ones where the two people involved in that relationship decide what it looks like, decide what works for them, where it's continuously evolving with them as people, and they have permission to change their minds on things and try new things, and they hold space for each other to adapt as they each individually grow and become who they're meant to become. Like that supportiveness and that holding space for each other to grow is super important. Whilst also is super important to let go of any ideas of what things are supposed to look like, and you getting to decide within your own personal dynamics what works for you. And that's going to change too. Jobs change. Somebody's going to be sick, maybe. Life happens. The flexibility has to be there, but underneath all of that has to be that solid friendship and that core of, I care about you as a person and I love you enough to want what's best for you, whilst not sacrificing myself. Whew.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just two broken toys trying to fix each other.
And
And
if
lying
it's
to
not
yourself.
going to work and you're not both willing to do the work,
Mm-hmm.
it's just going to get toxic.
Yes. Anytime I work with a person who's in a relationship, I always ask my clients, are you in a relationship? Are you willing to share everything that you're learning with your spouse? So I'm telling them, like, they don't got to come see me, but you got to tell them what you're learning and what you're doing. Because if you grow and they don't, it's going to be, that's my disclaimer is you will separate from them. You will grow apart. It's not going to work.
And it'll turn to, you know what?
You got to do it together. You got to grow together. Doesn't have to be at the same pace. It doesn't have to be the same way. The idea is you need to still continuously be growing as a human being and be open to receiving feedback that's loving and kind. Yeah.
And if you know that it's only a one-way street and it's not yours,
Get out.
get out. There's no shame in it. There's struggle, of
Yeah.
course. There's the hard parts that come afterwards. In the meantime, But if they're not your person,
Right.
I don't need to finish that
Force it.
statement.
Just don't force it. Right? No more forcing stuff that doesn't fit. How do you know it fits? Give it time. Let them show you who they are. And then decide, okay, I'm attracted, but am I aligned? No. What are you attracted to? What's the attraction? Why are you attracted to it? Sometimes we're attracted to their toxic traits because it's familiar. Ooh, there's one to watch out for.
Rewind, play that again. What?
Sometimes we're attracted to their toxic traits and we don't even realize it because that's familiar instead of them as a human being.
Right.
You know? Sometimes those feelings your body is experiencing might actually be an alert, but the discernment comes when you get to know who they are, when they show you who they are. Right, Marie? Right? Right?
The sound effects from Diane's house are perfectly placed.
They really are.
This is all bullshit.
It's
I
perfect.
gotta get rid of it.
Yes. Let's see. Well, I realized I had to. I was the issue that put that up. I know.
Well, I had to realize I was the issue, not them, to an extent. I didn't know I was trying to get from them way more than I should have because of my dad. And that made me susceptible to people like my mother, because then they trapped me by doing the same things she did and I was theirs.
Yeah. Wow.
Oof.
Yeah. Yes. I know. I'm going to let that one sit for a minute.
Oof.
Michael, you don't owe anybody anything and you don't need to be accepted by anybody. You just need to be you, fully and completely who you are as a human being. And that's it. And then you don't need to accommodate toxic to try to win over anyone or prove yourself to anyone. You're perfect and you're enough just as you are. And yes, Cash Angels, trauma bonding is a very oxytocin is more addictive than sugar is in the body, and sugar is more addictive than cocaine, just for reference. So if oxytocin is the most addictive chemical in our body, we need those hits so we make bad choices. I don't want to say bad choices, they're just choices. We make choices based on body chemistry instead of choices based on what we understand about the person. And this is you and I talk about mind and heart coherence, marrying the mind and the heart and getting them on the same page. This is what we're talking about. Realistic. What's realistic? And the body chemistry that you're emitting isn't always in alignment with love. Sometimes it's just attraction for whatever you're supposed to.
And the tough part is that your body takes those hormones and stuffs them away for later use.
Right. And Michael, whatever you just said, we don't drink poison just because we're thirsty. How many of us get an oxytocin hit and be like, oh, I want more of that. I'm starving. I'm thirsty. I'm, neglected. I'm, in need of
This is why there are chemical substances that are dangerous because they enhance that very hormone.
Oh, gosh. This has been one hell of a great conversation.
As you quietly answer the chat.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
we know.
It does feel good, Lunaria.
It does.
It does. It feels good, but it doesn't mean that it is good over to our overall health and well-being. I think that's the other thing too. We got the horse blinders on and we're going for that immediate gratification instead of that long-term side effects view. We don't need the immediate gratification. It's just a hit. Think of it like a drug. It's just a hit. Expand. Yes.
If it's just here,
It's not enough. It's not sustainable. And then what happens when that dies down? Then you build resentment, you build shame, you build problems, you build issues. That's not fun anymore.
No.
And you're fighting for that oxytocin hit that may not come.
and this is when other types of situations that we've talked about for the last year begin to surface.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it wasn't already in the works, this is offering the opportunity for these types of situations, because addictions be what they are. And if somebody's not getting their fix of happy, they're getting grumpy, they're getting resentful, and then the toxicity begins to build, the separation continues to widen.
Yeah. When you're not in a healthy place yourself, you tend to be in competition with your significant other instead of in collaboration and partnership with them. So we're going to bring it on back and make sure we're aligned before we go down that road. We're not going to force things that don't fit. And we're going to hold space for the other person the way we want space held for us. And if they don't have the capacity for that, we need to move on. And Michael, that was an amazing, amazing song that you did. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You did a really
Yes.
great job.
Proud of you. That was great.
Yes.
Thank you for taking my guidance and direction on helping it
Yes.
out.
Yes.
He's entrusted me with a lot of direction on
Yeah.
critiquing, and
You learned from the best because that was amazing.
yes,
Great
it
job,
really
both
was.
of
It
you.
really was. So when you feel the urge to go to a psychic medium, reader, tarot, oracle, Reiki, whatever, because you have the burning question of, is my husband and I going to work out? Answer this question for yourself first, because the answer is maybe. Are you going to work it out?
Mhm.
Can you work it out? Do you want to work it out? Are you aligned with working it out? Is it a one-way street? Is it toxic? Is it purely sexual? Is it purely intellectual? All of these questions you can answer without the aid of somebody else, by listening to your own intuition. Shut up, Micah. You're losing clients.
Listen, it ain't about that. It's about, come to us when you need us, not for questions that you can answer yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's not a good use of our capabilities for you if you can
No.
figure it out yourself.
No. But what a great topic, great song, great conversation. You guys have been amazing in the chat. You should take screenshots before it goes away.
Right. Chat.
Definitely. Definitely amazing
And
conversation.
polyamorous, that's going to be our affirmation. Where are you? Hold on. It scrolled by too quickly. Let me go back to it. I'm still in the whole next level self-love state of existence. So I live in a state of self-love. I live in a state of existence of self-love. That's it. I love you all. Thank you.
Love you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Wait. What?
We
What?
gotta do our
We almost forgot. We almost
do our
forgot.
advertisements.
How could we forget this? No. No. You're not getting off that easy.
There I am. That's my that's my booking platform, healingrose.org. That little scanny bar, healingrose.org. You can find me on all the socials, and I would love to give you my 2 cents and guidance.
And wherever you're watching, please give a thumbs up in the whether it's YouTube or Twitch. If you
Twitch
haven't
or-
subscribed to my Twitch or to her YouTube channel or to my YouTube channel, please do so. Click like, click the notification bell so you know that when we are going live. And if you need any of my stuff, anything,
including the book, it's in there.
including the book, it's in there. The book, the website, the Facebook group. In order to join Risers in Flight, in order to join my subscription, you have to join the Facebook group. We're already building and starting to grow a nice little community with Risers in Flight. So that price is $10 a month right now. March 20th, it goes to $33 a month.
Okay.
So get it in now, because the $10 will be locked in for the rest of 26.
All right.
All right, and more information about that in the group. So my website's also there for booking information.
We love you all.
We do. We love you so much. That's why we keep doing these shows, so that we can go and grow. And I'm gonna send a heart out real quick because I gotta cue up the music one more time so that we can hear Two Broken Toys, performed and written by Michael J. 2025 in the Twitch, or as we know him lovingly, Justin Cox.
Love y'all.
Love you guys. Have an amazing night. We'll see you in the morning at 11 for the core when Lunaria joins in.
Yes.
The two of us for another episode of Can't Make This Shit Up.
I can't wait.
And from what I hear, she's going to be a little foggy in the morning, so it's going to be an interesting show.
Apologies in advance, but I'm showing up.
Marie will be there too, so tune
Yes.
in. We'll see you tomorrow.
Mwah.
Under the bed where all can forget a lost broken toy in search of our set, alone in our travels, lost in the ether. I hope that one day we'll be found by a seeker. And while I was searching for things in need mending, I crossed with another, and my mind stopped spinning. For I saw in her eyes a soul losing hope. I felt my own heart as for her it now broke. Caught in a rush, we ignored all the smoke, believing the beautiful lies that we spoke. Those that are kind, their hearts open wide, blind to the danger of wolves matching stride. The naive are doomed as victims of loins. So goes the tale of the two broken toys. The two of us met. She saw my tears. I read her desire to comfort my fears. But memories came passing by my eyes of so many others who told the same lies. Turning away was my natural reaction, protecting myself from this natural attraction. But as I returned to the search for my parts, gasped as she found the lost piece of my heart. Caught in a rush, we ignored all the smoke, believing the beautiful lies that we spoke, not seeing the danger that grew out so wide. As companions we love, changed to wolves matching stride. How naive we were, the victims of loins, just like our tale of the two broken toys. from fear. Not seeing the signs that disaster drew near. The love that we had was starting to sour as we hurt one another with each passing hour. Eventually our eyes to the truth were forced open. The tears that we shed were the only things spoken. The battle was lost by both sides, not one. Realizing our time spent together was done. Caught in a rush, we ignored all the smoke, believing the beautiful lies that we spoke. The way back was better, forever apart. For the wolf that had hunger deep inside at the start, had shown us our hands, masterminds of the floor. A final sadness for the two broken toys.
It's Brindlewolf and Diane, so listen up if you can. Yeah, journey with them today as they help you find your way. Oh, mental wellness is the topic of the hour. Mental health and the power to tap into our alignments will lead to our refinements. Phoenix Talk, a show like you've never seen. Phoenix Talks, awareness that has never been. Phoenix Talks with Brindlewolf and Diane. Phoenix Talks, so tune